Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to a video with your boy Dion. And today's video, what we're going to be talking about is the top 5 best skill position gloves. And what we're going to do to start this video off, first we're going to run over to the store and we're going to see what type of gloves they have in store right now, what you guys can go pick up right now. So that's what we're about to do right now. I'm going to head over to Hibbett Sports, which is like 10 minutes down the road, and we're going to see what type of gloves they got over there. They usually got the swaggiest, best stuff. I made a TikTok about it, nobody's seen it, but it's a good joint. They got some swaggy football gear in there. Alright guys, over at Adidas Sports they had a best selection of gloves, guys. It was nice. They had Nike, Under Armour, Adidas. They even had Battle, and they had the cutters, man. You can see right here they got the Nikes, man. They look Fuego, man, no cap. And you can see they got the mouthpieces down there, but that's not what we're here for. But you can see these Under Armours. I actually had a pair of these when I was back in high school. They got these Adidas here. They look nice. And they got these Jordan. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Jordan. They got some Jordan gloves right here. So they had a vast selection over here, guys. And comment down below, like, tell me what's your favorite pair of football gloves right here before we really jump into the top 5. I just want to know. But, yeah, I just want to jump over here and show you guys the gloves they had over at Adidas Sports. And just give you a little synopsis. Alright guys, we're back in the studio. So after we went to the store and seen what type of gloves you guys can pick up from the store at Adidas Sports, now we're going to talk about what is my top 5 best football gloves for skill athletes right now in 2022, 2023. So let's jump into the list. At number 5, we got the best premium football gloves you can get, the Under Armour men's Fierce 4s. So these are a hybrid type glove. They can be used for linemen and it can be used for skill players. At the same time, it goes from size small all the way up to triple XL. So obviously it has the bigger hand sizes for you guys with the bigger hands. And the colors that they have for this glove is black, white, and black. That's the colorway. It's black, white, and black. So there's added protection in these gloves, and it's one of the biggest reasons to pick up the Fierce 4s. And it's a strategically placed protection over the fingers and thumb. These gloves actually limit your sweat that you have coming out your hands. They kind of keep your hands cool while you're playing out there. I know for a lot of skill guys out there, you don't want to get your hands sweaty and be worrying about your hands getting sweaty and then the gloves get all unsticky. And I've been through it. I know how it is. And it just feels uncomfortable. So these actually reduce the sweat that come out of your hands and keep your hands cool so you can continue playing and not have to worry about any problems with your gloves, man. Another thing that you guys should be worried about, which is probably the main reason that these gloves have, is if they have grippiness. And yes, they do have grippiness. They actually have a pretty good grippiness on them. A lot of different players at a lot of different levels saying that they have great grippiness. And I've never tried these gloves personally myself, but I know that Under Armour is a great brand for football. And when I was in high school, like I said in my previous videos, I loved using Under Armour, and it was just one of my favorite brands. I had Under Armour cleats. So when I was a freshman at the Cam Newtons, I think. I had Under Armour gloves. I was just an Under Armour dude. And I ended up going to the Under Armour camp, and they gave me all this free Under Armour stuff, so it made it even more convenient for my Under Armour dreams and aspirations back in high school. So yeah, these are some great gloves, and this is my 5th one. But there is some room for improvement on these gloves. The only concern with these gloves is the finger protection. The finger protection is a little limited. It might rip over in the finger areas. That's the only problem. I mean, I feel like every glove brand is still having problems with the finger protection and how the stitching works on the fingers, because I feel like every glove that I ever got, they ended up ripping in the fingers and my fingers are slipping out the glove. And you know, just one of the problems that these Under Armour gloves have. So, but with that being said, let's move over to number 4. Okay guys, at number 4 we got the best budget gloves for football gloves and for a skill position, obviously. These are the Cutter Rev Pro 3.0s, man. And you guys already know the Cutters is always a reliable brand to go with when it comes to gloves, man. So obviously these aren't hybrid gloves. These are strictly receiver gloves, and they're only made for skilled players. It's range from the size small to triple XL, just like the last gloves. They have different colorways. They have black, orange, gold, red, and white. So they got some more colorways depending on what color your team is. You can go out and get the right color that matches your team, which is cool. First off, let's start with the pros of these gloves, or the good parts of the gloves. So the grip on these gloves, like all Cutter gloves, are unbeatable. The grip is amazing. They're perfect. You're gonna catch everything, because you already know what they say about the people that wear Cutter gloves. They don't drop no passes, and that is standing true with these gloves, man. So it's definitely a great thing. Another pro about these gloves are the life expectancy.
these gloves last a lot longer than, you know, all the competitors, because they put certain materials into this glove, long-lasting materials that last a little bit longer than all the competitors. These actually age really well, and they do really well against any of the competitors. And you're gonna get more of a bang for a buck. They're already cheaper than all the competitors, and they're gonna last longer. So you can't really go wrong with these gloves, guys. All right, guys. So even though the grip is unbeatable and it's very good grip, there is a con to these gloves. Their life expectancy is not very good. They do not last long. They're made from very good material, but just because it's a cheaper glove, obviously they have to use cheaper materials than your competitor like Nike or Adidas or Under Armour. So, I mean, you're getting your bang for a buck because you're getting some good gloves, but they're not going to last as long as all the other competitive brands, which is, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, it definitely does play a factor in if you have to keep going to get new gloves all the time. But, I mean, if you keep up on getting your gloves and make sure they're in good condition, I mean, you might just be good for a little while. All right, guys, let's just get a synopsis of the pros and cons of these gloves. So first off, they're obviously a good value because you're getting a glove that is very sticky for a good price, and you can't go wrong with that because, I mean, price is usually the biggest factor in you buying gloves, if I'm not mistaken. Another pro is they have the best grip around, of course. Like I already said before, you know, they got the stickies. The third pro is they're all weather gloves, so that means they do good in all types of weather. You're not gonna, you know, I mean, you might have some problems in the rain. Obviously, water does make everything slippery, so I mean, you can't go from that. But like, they're good in all terrains, all types of things. They're pretty good over time. So, yeah. And the last pro is they're very airy feel. They have a very airy feel to them, and they're not constricting. They don't make your hands sweat and, you know, have you feeling uncomfortable wearing the gloves. But what the cons for this glove is they're just poor workmanship pretty much. And like I said before, it's because they have less life expectancy. So that's what the poor workmanship goes along with. You should expect to maybe go through like 2 pairs of gloves with these a season because the poor workmanship, and I mean, it's just how the gloves are. I mean, it's like a give or take. Like, you get a good price on your gloves that are very sticky, they have great grip, but they don't last as long. So I mean, oh yeah, and you also get it for a good price, obviously. But yeah, so that's number 4. That's what we got at number 4. Let's move on to number 3. All right, so at number 3, we got the Nike Vapor football glove, and I just think these gloves are great. I like their older models, but the newer models are still a great one. They have magnet grip, which means they have like an extra grip in the palm area of the glove. So that means obviously you can grab the ball, you can snag that joint, and you know, you're making all your catches, man. The material offers adequate ventilation for your fingers also, so your hands aren't gonna be sweating all crazy, and you're not gonna be sitting there with all, what do you call it? Soaked hands. Your hands all soaked and sweaty. You don't gotta worry about that with these gloves. These gloves also come with adjustable cuffs. And that's like the Velcro part where you strap it in. I mean, most gloves come with that, but you know, these ones are a little bit better than their competitors, which is a good thing. They fit on your hand to allow finger and thumb flexibility. So that means that you're gonna have more range of motion when you have these gloves on, and they're made for skilled positions pretty much, because they know how much you're gonna have to move your fingers and, you know, control everything you're doing with your hands. All right, so let's jump into the pros and cons of these gloves, guys. So Pro 1 of these gloves, they're super long lasting. They have great materials made by Nike. So you already know Nike's materials are always up to par, up to standard, and they just make the best of the best, of course. Now pro number 2 is they're easy to wash. Throw them right in the wash machine. I wouldn't put them in the dryer, but I'll throw them in the washing machine, let them air dry, and you're good to go. And plus, when you wash these gloves, because I had a pair myself, they actually come out a lot more sticky. And that's just, with my experience with these gloves, they always come out more sticky. So, I mean, you can test it out for yourself, but that's my experience. You can, you know, that's up to you. But pro number 3 is they're comfortable with snug, they have a snug fit to them, which is a good thing because you don't want to be uncomfortable and to be tight around like your finger area, and like you just don't like wearing them and it's chafing your fingers and stuff. Like, that's always the worst. I feel like I ran into a few glove brands that I ran into that problem, and it's just not comfortable. It's something you don't want to have to worry about. Like, you just want to worry about catching the ball and doing your thing in the field, man. So Yeah. But the cons for these gloves is, as all typical Nike products, the gloves seem to run really small. Like, I don't know why Nike always does this. It seems like they're a little bit tighter than all its competitors or anybody else. They just seem always smaller for some reason. Like, you'll get a large and like they can probably pass for like a medium almost because they're so tight. But I guess this is because they want it to feel like your fingers, they're like so tight to your fingers that it feels like you're catching with your hands almost. Like, you're not, it doesn't feel, it makes it feel like you're not wearing any gloves. That's why I think they're going for with this, the tightness of the gloves. I mean, you can't knock them for that because I feel like it'll be better. You don't want too big of a gloves, then the ball is like twisting your glove finger around and you're not catching any balls. So I mean, you might see this as a con, you might see this as pros depending on who we're talking to. For me, I mean, it's in the middle for me because I couldn't say that it's really a good thing because it might be uncomfortable, but I can't say it's a bad thing because you probably are going to catch more balls, to be honest. But with that being said, let's move over to number 2. All right, guys, so at number 2, we got the Adidas Anti-Fast Football Gloves, y'all. So this is one of Adidas gloves, obviously. The key features to these gloves is the Adidas Anti-Fast Football Gloves have a grip tech palm and that offers strong fit in both wet and dry conditions, guys. So that means that you're gonna be good if you're wet or you're dry, you're gonna be good no matter what. And that's always a good thing because you never know. Like, you might have a game where you're playing in the rain, or you might be at practice when you're playing in the rain, and they're gonna be a good glove for either terrain, weather conditions. Also, these gloves, the material provides adequate support to the hand, and thanks to the adjustable rubber cuffs, they have a custom fit, guys. So that means if you have a hand that usually doesn't fit well in gloves, or you have an enormous hand or some like abnormal hand, they come custom fit, guys. So you can get a custom fit glove that's gonna fit your hand perfectly and you're not gonna have to worry about any chafing or any problems with your gloves. You can just go out there and play, and that's always a great thing. So let's move on to the pros and cons. The pros of these gloves, they have excellent grip in all weather conditions, guys, and that's just a blessing, especially coming from me, a wide receiver. Like, I can't even tell you how many times it was raining outside and my gloves were just useless at that point. Like, you can't do nothing with them. But these are good in all weather conditions, claimed by Adidas. Well, you're gonna have to test them out for yourself because I might have used these ones, but I don't remember if it was these exact gloves. Pro number 2 though is Adidas Climate keeps your hands dry, so you're not gonna be sitting there with super duper soaked hands, sweaty hands. You're not gonna have to worry about all that. It's gonna keep you dry, it's gonna keep your hands cool, and you're gonna be good. Pro number 3 is the look of them. They just have good look. They swaggy, especially if you get the all white pair. They just look super fuego, super cocaina, you know what I mean? You already know what I'm talking about. You can really, throw some drip on with them, so can't go wrong with that at all. I mean, you look good, you play good, everybody know the same, man, and they pay good.
Years ago, I have a famous quote that you recognize. It said, look good, feel good, play good, you pay good. See, you thought that quote was all about sports. It's not.
Like Deion Sanders would say. Say no, but the cons of these gloves are they did not offer really good finger ventilation. For me, that's not that big of a deal because like obviously like you want good finger ventilation so your hands can get some air and your fingers get some air and they don't sweat too much. But I mean, I'm not too worried about that when I'm out there on the field. As long as my hands aren't super soaked, whereas the gloves get unsticky, then I'm cool, I'm fine, I'm good to go. But yeah, so with that being said, let's move on to number 1, man. The top picks for this top 5 best skill position football receiver gloves, man, or not receiver, but skill position gloves. And I'm gonna give you all 5 seconds to guess this one for number 1, the top picks. One of the big football YouTubers always talk about them all the time, and they make your hands, well, they make you catch everything. But at number 1, we got the Grip Boost Stealth Football Gloves. These gloves are just a great pair of gloves. They have great grip, obviously, because they're called Grip Boost, and they're gonna boost your grip and you'll be snagging every ball. These gloves fit like a second skin layer. Like, that's how tight they are to your skin. They're tight enough where they're still comfortable, and they're tight enough whereas like you're still snagging everything. Like, they're really not bulky or stiff, and they're good for all weather conditions. Like, you can't go wrong with a glove like that. These grip boost football gloves will have a special formulated gel glove gel to react to your skin, so it makes your gloves more grippy and to weather. So that is a great thing. That means when the gloves starting to get a little bit of dullness or they not sticky anymore, you throw the gel glove on and it gets your joint sticky again, and you cool, you good to go. Obviously these gloves are good for rain and shine, like I already previously mentioned. They're receiver gloves, skill position gloves, safety gloves, you already know. So go ahead and get your grip boost. They're my #1 pick. You already heard Mr. Destroying himself.
He need 2 words. Grip boost.
Speak about them non-stop all the time. That boy need grip boost. That boy need grip boost. But yeah, so that's gonna be my top 5 best skill position football gloves for 2022, 2023. So go ahead and go get your gloves, man, and go out there and snap out this season and do your thing, man, because like that's what y'all need to do, man. But if you haven't already, go ahead and like, subscribe, show your boy some love. These videos take time out of my day, so please, please, please just leave a comment or subscribe or something, man, because like I'm not getting paid for this at all. I'm doing this for totally free. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to repent and turn your life to God, man, because that's the most important thing in life, over football, over money, over anything you can think in life that gives you satisfaction. God is over them. So go ahead, man. But thank y'all and have a blessed day, man.